The actual funeral normally takes place in a setting like this, a church. We normally have a Christian service, and the funeral takes a whole day. Starts early in the morning, and they come here for a service. The service here is normally 2.5 hours. From here we go to the cemetery, and again that's another hour or so. And after that we go and normally have a meal together. Everyone go and sit down, we have a meal together. So it's a whole day event, but we're celebrating their life, and we're also remembering what they meant to each one of us individually. So you find the community comes together when somebody dies.
In the black community, you get a lot of support from the community, and it's not necessarily, you don't know that person. You might know that your friend's mum's died, so you're going to go and support that family, and that's why most often at a black funeral there is a lot of people at that funeral. We will sing traditional hymn. We sing sometimes 23rd Psalms, the Lord is my shepherd, how great thou art.
One of the most important things at a funeral is the eulogy, and everyone wants to know where the person was born, about the parents, and the history of the person. And we have the open tributes, and then we normally have the eulogy. The eulogy tends to be more about the facts, where they were born, where they grew up. But the open tributes, sometimes they come and sing a song. Some open tributes are very good, some are not so good, but it's from the heart. Normally we'd have the coffin open, and so at the end, when we sing the last hymn, people file past the coffin. They say, this is our farewell to the deceased, and they get to meet the family at the front as well.
Very few people don't have the coffin open. If it's an RTA or something like that, and they've been advised by the undertakers not to open the coffin, then they don't. But traditionally, most black people have the coffin open so people can pay their last respect. And as black people, we don't just bring our loved ones to the cemetery and walk away from them. We actually, once a grave's dug by the grave diggers, they know now, it's something that they know. Family members and people who share some sort of affection for that person, they help to dig the grave. So it might be a man, it might be a woman, or a friend. They help to dig the grave, and we ensure that the grave's actually fully covered and the flowers are on the grave before we actually depart from the cemetery.
And what I say with funerals is that they're the start of the healing process for the family, for the community. It's the start of the healing process, and it helps.
Then sings my soul, my Saviour God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Saviour God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. I'm not a good singer. You shouldn't have put me on the spot.